Hi everyone, good morning. We are ready for chapter 12 today. Okay, what was the last thing we read? Oh yeah, he said it was witnesses. That was on the picture that she took of the file that was on Mr. Reardon's desk. All right, chapter 12. Download it all, Jonah said. Hurry! He and Catherine were at Chip's house because Chip's computer was in the basement, not right smack in the middle of the kitchen where anyone could see. Mom and Dad believed all those warnings about how kids shouldn't have privacy online. Jonah and Catherine had brought the cell phone and a cable with them, and Catherine was convinced that as soon as they got the pictures on the computer screen, everything would be big and clear and easy to read. They were still trying to explain to Chip what they were about to show him. Didn't this Reardon dude have a copier? Chip asked. Or a printer? Couldn't he have printed you an extra copy instead of making you print pictures? No, Jonah said. Mr. Reardon didn't give us the information. He wouldn't tell us squat, Catherine said. The file of papers came from a ghost? What? Jonah and Chip both said almost exactly at the same time. Jonah glared at his sister and added, So help me, Catherine. This is all weird enough. If you think it's funny just to make stuff up and to make fun of me, I'm not making up anything, Catherine said, and her eyes wide and innocent. Honest, that's what I was trying to tell you before, why I was so scared. Didn't you wonder how the file ended up on Mr. Reardon's desk in the first place? Jonah hadn't thought to wonder that. There hadn't been time. Wasn't it one of the janitors, he began? Only if the janitors there have supernatural powers. Catherine, Jonah complained. Really? Catherine said. When you went off to throw up? You threw up? Chip asked, intrigued. Too much Mountain Dew, Jonah said quickly, to make it clear that it hadn't been from nerves or anything like that. Anyhow, Catherine continued, I looked away from the hallway because I didn't want to see anything gross. And then, right before you came back, this man just appeared. He was right beside Mr. Reardon's filing cabinet. He took out the file, put it on Mr. Reardon's desk, and then he just vanished. Maybe you blinked, Jonah said. Twice. There was a cruel edge to his voice. He didn't need this. Not when he was already stressed out about what he was about to see on the computer screen. I didn't blink, Catherine said. I know what I saw. What did the ghost look like? Chip asked, kind of wavery and see-through. Amazing. He sounded like he was taking Catherine seriously. Maybe a little bit, Catherine said, tilting her head to the side thoughtfully. I didn't have time to look at him closely. He was wearing a gray sweatshirt and jeans, and he didn't look scruffy at all. She giggled a little. Really, he was kind of cute. Brown hair? Jonah asked. Cut short and greenish eyes with kind of crinkles around them? Catherine nodded. That was the guy from the bathroom then, the one who told me about the file, Jonah said. You just, I don't know, miss seeing him walk into and out of the room. Catherine narrowed her eyes. Did Mom and Dad see him? She challenged. Jonah hadn't thought of that. Give me that phone, he said, reaching for the cell. It's still downloading here. Chip handed Jonah the cordless phone he'd used before to call Mr. Reardon. Jonah began carefully dialing their home number. Mom answered. You and Catherine will be home soon, won't you? She asked anxiously. It's getting late. Sure, Jonah said. Soon. We're just working on a project. He swallowed hard. Hey, Mom, this afternoon when I was throwing up, did you see anyone walk in and out of the bathroom into Mr. Reardon's office? No, Mom said, except for you. Why? Catherine thought that. Catherine glared at him. Jonah decided to try another approach. I thought I heard footsteps, Jonah said, like there was somebody else in the bathroom with me. But then when I came out of the stall, there wasn't anybody there. Incredibly, that was almost entirely the truth. Was there maybe another door into and out of the bathroom, Mom asked. No. Well, then you must have been imagining those footsteps because I was standing out in the hall the whole time, Mom said, and I didn't see anyone come out of the bathroom besides you. Jonah thought about it. It didn't make sense. Did Dad see anyone, he asked. Jonah, if I didn't see anyone, how could Dad have seen anyone? There wasn't anybody there. Mom didn't usually get so impatient. Jonah could tell by her tense tone of voice that she was still upset from the meeting with Mr. Reardon. Why does it even matter? Never mind, Jonah said. He hung up. Chip and Catherine were staring at him. There must have been a secret passageway or something, he said stubbornly, like underground. Oh, and you think I would have missed noticing if this guy came up out of a secret underground passage? Catherine asked sarcastically. Jonah shrugged. He didn't think he could have missed noticing a secret passageway in the bathroom either. But he wasn't going to admit that to Catherine. The pictures are ready on the computer, Chip announced. Jonah was glad of the distraction. The first photo that came up was lips. Oops, that's from Rachel's sleepover, Catherine apologized. Molly kissed the phone. She wanted to see what her lip print would look like. Girls really do stuff like that? Chip asked, looking stunned. Jonah thought Chip needed a sister of his own, so he'd know how stupid and disgusting it all was. Catherine skipped ahead through the picture. She stopped on the first shots of words. Witnesses, it said at the top. Then below, Angela Dupree, 812 Stonehenge Court, 513-555-0184. You only got one of the names, Jonah complained. The rest is in the next shot, Catherine said. I was trying to follow a pattern. 6 shots per page, right side, then left side, and then down. Jonah supposed he really should be impressed that Catherine could have been so methodical only moments after seeing what she thought was a ghost. But he certainly wasn't going to tell her that. Catherine's angels were a little off, so she'd gotten only 2 shots with complete names and addresses, and phone numbers, and 2 other witnesses' names that could be pieced together from multiple shots. Jonah felt a wave of disappointment. What good does this do, he asked. These people could be witnesses to anything. They probably don't have any connection to me except that some strange guy in a bathroom wanted to mess with my mind. No, Chip said. Take a look at this. Chip had sat down at the computer and was manipulating the images, piecing several photos together like a jigsaw puzzle. The second sheet of paper in the folder hadn't been titled Witnesses. It had been titled Survivors. And the last 2 names on the list were very familiar. Jonah Skidmore and Chip Winston. So they are connected. Dun dun dun. So Chip and Jonah, could even be related, possibly. But they are survivors. All right. Tomorrow will be chapter 13.